Hi everyone, it's Sarah. Welcome back to Free Daily English. I am so happy you are here with me today. Okay, so today's story is one of my absolute favorites to tell because today I went shopping, clothes shopping, at the mall. Now, I know some people do not enjoy shopping. Some people find it stressful or overwhelming, but me? I love it. I genuinely love walking through a mall, browsing through clothes, trying things on, and finding something that makes me feel amazing. It is one of my favorite ways to spend a Saturday afternoon. So today, I want to take you with me on my shopping trip to the mall here in Austin. I want to share every detail, what I looked for, how I talked to the store assistants, how I decided what to buy. All of it in simple, natural English. Because here's the thing, clothes shopping involves so much great English vocabulary. The names of clothing items, the words we use to describe fit and style, the phrases we use in changing rooms and at the checkout. All of that is real, practical, everyday American English that you can use right away. Are you ready to go shopping with me? Let's go. So, before I even left my apartment, I did a little preparation. I know, preparation for shopping. But hear me out. I find that if I go to the mall with absolutely no plan, I walk around for 2 hours, feel overwhelmed by nothing, and go home frustrated. That is not fun. So, I spent about 10 minutes thinking about what I actually needed, what was missing from my wardrobe. A wardrobe in this context does not mean the piece of furniture. A wardrobe means your collection of clothing, everything you own to wear. My wardrobe is my entire collection of clothing. I thought about it carefully. I needed a few new work blouses. My current ones were looking a little worn. Worn means old and tired looking. The fabric has lost its freshness and crispness after many washes. I also wanted a new pair of jeans. Casual, comfortable, good for weekends. And if I found something cute and unexpected, well, that would just be a bonus. So my shopping list was simple. 2 or 3 new work blouses, 1 new pair of jeans, and stay open to surprises. I grabbed my bag, my wallet, and my reusable shopping tote. A tote is a large, open bag, perfect for carrying shopping, and I drove to the mall. The mall I went to is one of the biggest in Austin. It has over 150 stores, clothing shops, shoe shops, accessory stores, restaurants, a food court, and a cinema. It is a whole world inside one building. I parked in the parking garage, took a photo of my parking level on my phone, always do this so you can find your car later, and walked through the entrance into the mall. The moment I walked in, I felt that familiar mall feeling. The cool air conditioning, the pleasant background music, the beautiful window displays, the smell of food drifting from the food court somewhere in the distance. I love it all. I looked around and got my bearings. Getting your bearings means figuring out where you are and orienting yourself, understanding your surroundings. I checked the mall directory, a large map near the entrance that shows where every store is located. I found the stores I wanted to visit and made a mental plan of which direction to walk first. I decided to start with my favorite clothing store, Anthropologie. Anthropologie is a beautiful American clothing brand known for its feminine, bohemian style. Bohemian means free-spirited, artistic, and colorful, flowing fabrics, interesting patterns, unique designs. I absolutely love their aesthetic. Aesthetic means the overall style and visual feeling of something. I walked through the mall toward Anthropologie, admiring the window displays of other stores as I passed. One store had a gorgeous display of summer dresses in bright yellows and pinks. Another had a window full of elegant workwear, structured blazers, and tailored trousers. I made a mental note to come back to that one later. I pushed open the door of Anthropologie and walked in. The store smelled wonderful. They always have a signature scent, a particular smell that is unique to their brand. Soft music played. The lighting was warm and flattering. Flattering lighting means it makes everything and everyone look their best. The store was beautifully arranged. Clothes hung on wooden racks and vintage-style fixtures. Folded sweaters and blouses were stacked on rustic wooden shelves. Small decorative touches, plants, candles, interesting objects were placed throughout the store. Shopping at Anthropologie always feels more like browsing a beautiful boutique than shopping in a regular store. A boutique is a small, stylish shop that sells carefully selected items. I headed straight for the blouse section. A blouse is a women's top, usually slightly more formal or decorative than a basic t-shirt. I was looking for work blouses, something I could wear to the office that looked professional but still felt like me. I browsed through the rack slowly, sliding each hanger along the rail one by one. Browsing means looking through things in a relaxed, unhurried way, not searching for something specific, just looking and seeing what catches your eye. I pulled out a few options that caught my attention. The first one was a pale blue silk blouse with delicate embroidery around the collar. Embroidery is decorative stitching, small, beautiful patterns sewn into the fabric with colorful thread. It was elegant and feminine. I liked it immediately. The second was a soft white blouse with a subtle floral print. Subtle means not too strong or obvious, gentle and understated. The flowers were tiny and delicate, almost like a whisper of pattern rather than a bold statement. The third was a deep burgundy blouse. Burgundy is a dark, rich red color, with long sleeves and beautiful buttons down the front. It looked sophisticated and professional. Sophisticated means showing a refined, elegant sense of style. I held all three up and looked at them. I wanted to try them all on. The fitting room, also called the changing room or dressing room, is the small private room in a clothing store where you try on clothes before deciding whether to buy them. I walked to the fitting room area and a store assistant greeted me warmly. She counted my items, 3 blouses, and handed me a small tag with the number 3 on it. In many American stores, the fitting rooms have a limit on how many items you can take in at one time. Usually the limit is 6. She showed me to an available fitting room and told me to let her know if I needed a different size or had any questions. I stepped inside and closed the door. The fitting room was clean and well lit. Good lighting in a fitting room is so important. Bad lighting can make everything look wrong. This fitting room had warm, bright light that was actually very flattering. I tried on the pale blue silk blouse first. I buttoned it up and looked in the mirror. The color was beautiful against my skin. The fit was good through the shoulders. Fit means how the garment sits on your body. But it was a little loose around the waist. Loose means too big, not tight enough. I prefer a more fitted look for work blouses. Fitted means closer to the body, following your shape. I checked the label. I was wearing a medium. I wondered if a small would fit better. I opened the fitting room door and asked the assistant if she could bring me the same blouse in a small. She was happy to help and came back in just a minute with the smaller size. I tried the small. Much better. The shoulders still fit perfectly, and the waist was more fitted without being tight. Tight means too small, uncomfortable, and restrictive. The pale blue silk blouse in small, yes, that one was going in my pile. Next, I tried the white floral blouse. It fit beautifully straight away. No size swap needed. The fabric was soft and lightweight. Lightweight means the fabric is thin and not heavy. Perfect for the Austin heat. It looked fresh, pretty, and very wearable. Wearable means practical and easy to incorporate into your everyday outfits. This one was a yes too. Then I tried the burgundy blouse. I loved the color and the style, but when I looked in the mirror, something felt off. Off means not quite right. Something was not working, though I couldn't immediately explain why. I looked at it for a moment. I think the neckline was not quite right for my body shape. The neckline is the shape of the opening around your neck and upper chest. This one had a very high neckline that felt a little stiff and severe. Severe means harsh, strict, not soft or flattering. I put it back on the hanger. Sometimes you fall in love with something on the rack, and then it just doesn't work on your body. That's completely normal. Not every beautiful piece of clothing works for every person. 2 out of 3 blouses, not bad at all. After Anthropologie, I walked through the mall toward H&M. H&M is a popular international clothing brand known for stylish, affordable clothes. Affordable means reasonably priced, good quality for the money. I love H&M for basics and casual pieces. Basics means simple, versatile clothing items that you can mix and match with everything. Plain t-shirts, simple jeans, classic colors. I was on a mission for jeans. I wanted a new pair of casual jeans for weekends. Comfortable, flattering, and versatile. Versatile means you can wear them in many different ways and situations. A great pair of jeans is one of the most versatile things in any wardrobe. I walked to the jeans section. There were so many options. Let me explain the different types of jeans you might find in an American store, because this is really useful vocabulary. Skinny jeans, very fitted all the way from the hips down to the ankles. They follow the shape of your legs closely. Straight leg jeans, fitted at the hips and thighs, but straight from the knee down. A very classic, timeless style. Wide leg jeans, loose and wide from the hips all the way down. Very fashionable right now and very comfortable. Mom jeans, high-waisted, relaxed fit through the hips and thighs. High-waisted means the waistband sits at or above your natural waist, rather than on your hips. Boyfriend jeans, loose, relaxed fit throughout, usually slightly cropped. Cropped means shorter than full length, ending above the ankle. I love straight leg jeans and mom jeans. They suit my body shape and they work with so many different tops and shoes. I pulled out a pair of classic straight leg jeans in a medium blue wash. Wash refers to the color and treatment of denim, how light or dark the blue is, and how worn or distressed it looks. Medium blue wash is a clean, classic, not too dark and not too light blue. Perfect. I also grabbed a pair of high-waisted mom jeans in a slightly lighter wash, just to try both. I took them to the fitting room. The straight leg jeans fit wonderfully. They sat perfectly on my hips, were comfortable through the thighs, and had a clean, flattering line all the way down. I looked in the mirror and immediately thought, yes, these are the ones. I tried the mom jeans too, also very nice, comfortable, and flattering, but I already had a similar pair at home. I did not need two almost identical pairs, so I put those back and kept the straight leg jeans. Mission accomplished. Jeans found. I browsed for a few more minutes through the rest of H&M just to see if anything caught my eye. And something did catch my eye. A beautiful, oversized cream knit sweater. Oversized means deliberately larger than your actual size. It's a style choice, not a sizing mistake. Knit means made from yarn or wool with a textured woven pattern. It was soft, cozy, and exactly the kind of thing I love to wear on cool autumn evenings. It was not on my shopping list, but sometimes the best finds are the ones you weren't looking for. I checked the price, very reasonable. I checked my size, they had my size. I held it up. I imagined wearing it with jeans and boots on a cool Saturday morning with a cup of coffee. Yes, absolutely yes. Into the basket it went. I went to the checkout at H&M. The checkout, also called the till or the register, is where you pay for your items. I placed my jeans and my sweater on the counter. The cashier scanned each item, folded them neatly, and placed them in an H&M paper bag. My total came to $42.95. Very reasonable for two items. I tapped my debit card. Payment approved. I picked up my bag with a big smile. I walked back through the mall feeling very satisfied. I had found exactly what I came for. Two beautiful work blouses from Anthropologie, a perfect pair of jeans from H&M, and one wonderful surprise, the cream knit sweater. I stopped at the food court on my way back to the parking garage. A food court is a large area in a mall with many different food stalls and restaurants all in one space. You choose your food from whichever stall you like and sit at one of the shared tables in the middle. I got a smoothie, a cold, thick drink made from blended fruit, strawberry and banana. Delicious and refreshing after all that shopping. I sat for a few minutes, sipping my smoothie and looking at my shopping bags. 2 bags, a good afternoon's work. I thought about the blouses hanging in my wardrobe, crisp and new. I thought about the jeans and how I would wear them this weekend. I thought about the sweater and those cool autumn mornings with coffee. Shopping, when you approach it thoughtfully, with a plan, a budget, and an open mind, is genuinely enjoyable. You come home with things you truly love and will actually wear, not just things you bought impulsively in the moment. I finished my smoothie, gathered my bags, and headed back to my car. A perfect Saturday afternoon in Austin. So, let me go through today's key vocabulary one more time because there were so many great words in this story. A wardrobe is your complete collection of clothing. Browsing means looking through things in a relaxed, unhurried way. A blouse is a woman's top, more decorative than a basic t-shirt. A fitting room is the private room where you try on clothes in a store. The fit describes how a piece of clothing sits on your body, loose, fitted, or tight. The neckline is the shape of the opening around the neck and chest. Versatile means something you can wear in many different ways. Affordable means reasonably priced, good value for money. Wash describes the color and treatment of denim jeans. Oversized means deliberately larger than your size. It's a style choice, not a sizing mistake. A food court is a large area in a mall with many different food options all in one space. Such useful vocabulary for talking about clothes, shopping, and style in English. Thank you so much for coming shopping with me today. I hope this story was fun and helpful for your English learning journey. Shopping vocabulary is so practical, whether you're shopping in America, in an English-speaking country, or even just shopping online in English. If you enjoyed today's story and you want to keep learning natural, real American English with fun everyday stories, please subscribe to Free Daily English right here on YouTube. Just hit that subscribe button below. It's completely free. New stories every single week made just for you. Thank you so much for listening. Take care, stay stylish, and I'll see you in the next story. Bye-bye.